Alright guys, welcome to part 5 of the transmission removal series. In this part we're going to be removing the starter, so it's going to be a pretty short video. So in case you have a bad starter, this is going to show you how to remove and replace the starter. Now I'm under the car right now. As you can see, this is the oil pan, and the starter will be located right behind the oil pan, sort of under the exhaust a little bit. It's a little tricky to get to, but it's definitely doable. I've done it in the past. This is actually the first repair I've done on this car a long time ago when I bought it. The starter died on me, and I had to put a new one in, which was not a big deal. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm not gonna film in very much detail unless I can get a good angle, because it's very difficult to get the camera and work here at the same time. So I'm gonna try and get the best angle. But basically, you want to remove the power from the starter, which is that connection right there, and then you want to remove that bolt that holds on the starter, and there's going to be another one at the top, and I think there's another connection on the starter. Oh yep, right next to it. See, there's two connections right there. One is bolted on, the other one is clicked on, so you're gonna have to remove those. Then then that bottom bolt right there, and then there's gonna be one on the top, and then the starter should slide right out. Alright, so to remove the starter, as I said, remove this connection right here. Alright, so you want to remove that bolt, which oddly for me is a 13 millimeter. Alright, and then you need a 14 millimeter socket to remove this bolt. Alright, one out, one more to go. Now fortunately, Toyota was kind enough and put the other bolt, you can see that's the starter, it's right there under the blue whatever those are. So it's right there, that one, which we're gonna have to remove, and then the starter will fall right out. Alright, now back under the car, you probably can't see anything because I forgot the flashlights at the top of the car, but the starter will actually fall out if you undo the top bolt, the bottom bolt first, like we just did, like I just did. So you might want to take the top one off first and then the bottom one. But here's the starter. We're gonna put it aside. It's pretty heavy. We're gonna put it right here in the pile of parts. Okay, so once we've taken the starter out to get the new one in, or if you're following my transmission video, to put the old one back, we simply get our two bolts and most importantly the starter, and you slide it in, and if it doesn't go right in, wiggle it a little bit. Once you get it in, put a bolt through, put the bottom one first, obviously because you're on the bottom. Tighten it by hand. And once you get the bottom one in, you can go ahead and put the top one in. But while I'm on the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and reconnect these terminals here so that I don't have to come back and do it. Make sure it clicks in because these are all important wires. Alright, now there's a washer and a nut, which in my case is a 13 millimeter. Alright, now you want to get this snug. Don't over tighten it. Apparently I just snapped these little twisty things that basically stop the wire from turning, but I was lucky enough to get it snug before these snapped off. They're just plastic. I don't know if you saw that in the video or not, but either way, that's not important. As long as you get the wire on, you're good. And now what we have to do is tighten up the bolts. Actually, put the bolt up on the top, and then we come back here, tighten up this bolt, and then we tighten up the one on the top. Now that you've made the top one snug, come to the bottom, make this one snug. There we go. And you're done. That is how to replace or remove and reinstall the starter on a 1995 Corolla. This applies to any, well, basically this applies to any engine, but basically you just remove 2 bolts, undo 2 wires, take it out, put the new one in, 2 bolts, 2 wires, and you're good. So I hope it was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to check out my other videos if you need any other parts replaced or if you need any other maintenance tips. So stay tuned for more.